Hello race fans, and welcome to Beyond the Flag here at Brighton Speedway, powered by On Dirt Racing News for July the 12th, 2014, and night number 10 of the 2014 Chase for the Championship at Brighton Speedway, presented by Electric Cables and Van Zullen Tire and Alignment. The Southern Ontario Sprint's in the house here at Brighton Speedway this evening for a full card of racing events. First feature of the night was for the Vanderland Building Products Pro Late Models. Charlie Sandercock picking up his 5th feature race win of the year and had to drive through the field to get it. Started in the 12th position in the 13-car field and passed everybody on the way to the feature win. Made Matt Vanderland go to the bottom side of the speedway as he passed him on the outside in the dying laps of the race. And Charlie Sandercock picking up his 5th feature race win of the year over Matt Vanderland in second and Phil Potts in the third spot. Next up on the card was the Oil Guard Anti-Rust Canadian Modified 25 lap A main. An interesting field for that one as well on a very fast racetrack here this evening at Brighton Speedway. And Dan Ferguson picks up his first feature race win of the year in car number 11, the Kilmarnock Enterprise sponsored machine. A great race for him as he started midway through the field and had to drive all the way up to the race lead and held on through a series of late race cautions over the 74 of Mike Lucas, or excuse me, of the 87 of Andrew Hennessy, the 74 of Mike Lucas finishing in the third position. Next up was the 25-lap main event for the Southern Ontario Sprints. Mitch Brown started on the pole with Paul Peekinen to his outside, and Mitch Brown wasted no time getting out to the early race lead. Had Glenn Stiers in tow with him in the car number 0. The top two drivers in the points ran out front all night long, but Stiers not able to give Brown anything even through lap traffic early in the race. We had a red flag at lap number 13 right at the halfway mark as Rick Wilson spun to the infield, and then Sean Slater got on his side off of turn number 4, but both cars were able to refire in the field. We lost Charlie Sandercock in heat race action to a violent flip off of turn number 1. Sounds as though the damage to that car is pretty severe, but as the cars crossed the feature finish line, the number 10B of Mitch Brown is your feature race winner for the 3rd time at Brighton Speedway this season. Glenn Stiers second in car number 0 and Keith Dempster 3rd in the number 5 machine. Final feature of the night, 20-lap A main for the Brighton Automotive Pro Stocks, and the front row saw Doug Anderson starting on the outside with Jay O'Hara on the pole, and the feature finish looked as though it was going to be an awfully simple cruise control race for Doug Anderson as he led by a ton, by a half a lap before a caution at lap number 15 when Jamie Marshall spun in turn number 4. That tightened the field back up, and Justin Ramsey got a shot restarting on the outside, but just wasn't quite enough over a pair of restarts in the final 5 laps as Ramsey not able to get by Anderson at the end of the race. So Doug Anderson picks up another feature race win here with the Brighton Automotive Pro Stocks. Justin Ramsey, the 2nd place finisher, and Leslie Mowat in car number 2. She comes home 3rd. Next week at Brighton Speedway, Salute to the Forces night and the first of 2 Duel in the Dirt races for the Brighton Automotive Pro Stocks featuring drivers from the Merrittville Speedway. We hope you'll join us then on July the 19th and as well in 2 weeks' time on July the 26th as Owasco RV presents the Adecco Summer Slam featuring monster trucks here at Brighton Speedway. Look forward to that one on Saturday, July the 26th, 7 o'clock start time for both races here at Brighton Speedway to conclude the month of July. Well, if you made it here to Brighton Speedway tonight, we thank you for joining us. If you didn't make it here, we hope to see you next week on Saturday, July the 19th. For the Brighton Speedway and On Dirt Racing News on July the 12th, 2014, I'm Clayton Johns.